Hello everyone, my name is Piper Stromat and I am one of the owners of Curate. You may have seen that I actually attended the training in Madison, Wisconsin the other week at Subzero and Cove's headquarters. This was a phenomenal experience, but one thing I really want to bring to you all is some of the key features that I learned about Subzero and Cove. One, they are a family-owned company. Coming from our family to yours, that's one thing that I always love to say. It is a truly family-owned company by the Bakke family. And yes, they are still involved daily. So a couple other things that I really learned throughout going through the factory, believe it or not, is Subzero and Cove, they're actually handmade in the factory. They were still using nuts, bolts, they were still using handheld screwdrivers, they were still doing all that stuff, and they actually had minimal factory lines running that were automated. So that's one thing that I can bring to you all and say, this is truly form and function of something that you can put into your home that you're gonna have longevity out of because it's handmade in the US. You have multiple forms and functions that you can rely on up to 30 and 40 years. Yes, one of the oldest refrigerators they have is almost 40 years old and it's still being serviced by their team. And another fun fact is they're actually servicing refrigerators that are vintage. Who doesn't love a vintage car? Who doesn't love a vintage radio? You know that we're all refurbishing them these days. They actually keep their parts for up to 25 to 30 years after those individual models are made. So a couple other things that I want to tell you about what I've learned actually through the trainings and through the company are their longevity periods. Longevity of food is going to be number one. So I'm actually going to open this up. And you're gonna see different compartments here within the refrigerator itself. One thing that is truly spectacular is they actually teach you how to keep your food in certain zones for your carbon monoxide off-gassing of your actual food itself. So as you can see in the drawers, I have the oranges, and then of course you see the peppers in here, fruit that is out in the open as well as baked goods. Those are all in the appropriate places per the carbon gas off-gassing here on the card. So these cards are cheat sheets for you as you bring your groceries in, as you're storing them. So that's something that I found is really unique. Now, another thing that I really thought was really beautiful is they take in consideration of their design. So you can actually store a full pizza box here or a pan, which most people think, okay, cabinet depth, you absolutely can't do that. Well, as long as you actually move your trays up, you can store anything you want on the back shelves. Another thing is their LED lighting. Who likes to see shadows on their food? Absolutely no one. Who wants to see what's absolutely in the back of the refrigerator? Everyone. So a couple of other things that I thought were really unique features that they actually do. I can take one of these trays out and that light is going to turn off, but there's going to be no wires. That's because they have a positive and negative charge on the back of the panel behind this white panel that you see that actually magnetically charges the lights that you see underneath these silver strips here. That also goes into cleaning. Everybody wants a clean refrigerator. Now you can see and clean around every shelf possible with the most even light. Another piece of the light feature is going to be at the top. That is going to be an LED panel that evenly disperses light throughout the entire refrigerator itself, but it doesn't do any or doesn't off-gas any light pollution that will make any of your food start to degrade. That is huge with your milks. That's anything with your dairy substances, and that's also comes into fruition with your fruit as well. So always remember, if you have a Subzero Wolf, Subzero actually is just going to be your panels here, and those are going to slide into the pocket on the side. Another really amazing thing is they actually have the water that is filtrated through the side of the door. That filtration system actually shows you how that filtration runs, and I can give you a behind the scenes video of what that looks like on our YouTube channel. That is going to be completely different than your actual water that you actually get your ice cubes from. Two different filtration systems, and those evenly tank out and refill each time that you fill. You can get up to 40 glasses a day from this individual tank at one time. So if you're drinking more than 40, that's up to you. And that also comes with a charcoal filter that you can swap out yourself as well. What we did here, and this is going to be the panel ready refrigerator plus panel ready 2 freezer drawers, which everybody needs more freezer drawer storage. Once you've opened those up, those are really easy to open because of their technology of the vacuum seal that they do on the sides around each area of the refrigerator itself. Now, the newer models do have a newer technology that will be coming out that will be much easier to open, and that is how you don't get outside air into the refrigerator, and it can seal off and eliminate those gases inside. So the hard to open is actually for a reason, but it's getting a little bit better.